Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. Um, I am here to help you or to answer any questions, to amplify your knowledge, or anything that I could do to help you out. Just let me. And don't forget to thumbs up the live and also to share with your friends and family so that they could also get some of this knowledge that I'm bringing forth. Si que si ou ka share, partager live la mwen avec zami ou fami ou pou yo menm tou pou yo ka kompren e menm sa ke mwen ma pale ya li ta bon pil. Thank you for the thumbs up. Whoever's listening to the live, whoever's is watching, welcome. And I'm happy to have you here. This live is mainly with regards to real estate and life insurance and tying the two up together and showing how to protect and cover your assets. So if there's any questions or if there's anything that's on your mind, you would like to know, you would like to talk about, just let me know so I could get that question's answer for you, rather this question just lingering around in your mind and without an answer. Or if you have any questions as well later on. Oh, hi, the Cricket Way. How are ya? Welcome, welcome. Hello, Fred. G Boys Beats, the Lion. Hi, how are you? Thank you for coming, and welcome. If you have any questions, this live, I want to explore a bit and giving some information with regards to real estate and life insurance. So if there's any questions, please let me know. Yes, blessed is the word. Blessed is the word, definitely. Waking up in the morning and being up and running, some others can't even do so. So, yes, we are definitely blessed. Amen to that. Yes, Cricket Way. Amen to that. Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. Thank you. And thank you guys. Please don't forget to thumbs up the live and also share it with. You are welcome to share it if you like. Hello, life is a challenge. How are you? How's everything? And thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming to see what I have to say. Please don't forget to thumbs up the live for me. Um, so, guys, as I was saying, this live is with regards to real estate. Real estate and life insurance. I wanted to bring this topic to you guys to because some folks have been asking, and being that I am in the insurance and finance and real estate industry, so I just feel like it's great to bring the knowledge out here for you guys to kind of understand it. So why don't I get going with start to discuss a little bit about real estate. A lot of folks that doesn't know or doesn't understand the process of real estate. It's how easy it is to get a property, or how easy and simple the process could be without any hassle. But most folks shy away from it, being that they don't really understand how the process actually works. So they quickly jumped away from it. So if I'm gonna take this back a bit, if I knew better and if I had a better grips and understanding, I would have started way back when I was in college. The story is when you're in college, they tell you, oh, it's all about schooling and books, but it's also the time where you should have, folks should start taking their life savings and to start accumulating asset. Because think about it, that's the one time that you don't have a lot of bills, and your bills is very minimum to a minimum level, and also you have the opportunity to have a high credit score, which is why a lot of credit card companies tends to offer college students high volumes of credit cards, so that they'll be able to use. For an example, I'm gonna use myself. I while I was in school, I had a credit card of a $30,000 limit, and I had a credit score of 750, and not knowing exactly how to deal with that. And every single credit card company offering me credit cards, the least amount I had was a $5,000 credit card. And that should have been the time, if I had the proper education, to say, let me invest in real estate, or let me invest in life insurance, or let me invest in stocks and bonds, or annuity, or something other than that. Hello, Joanne. How are you? Welcome to the live. Please thumbs up the live, and also you are welcome to share it. The topic today is real estate and life insurance. All right, no problem, Freddie G boy. The good thing is you're here. That's no problem at all. So that should have been the best time to invest into real estate. And instead of that, I didn't do so. What I did was did some other things. Of course, college students too. So we purchased clothes, cars, and all these other flashy things, which was unnecessary. But the if I knew, I would have went and sat down with a realtor and have my first piece of property, whether it's an investment property or a commercial property, anything to generate revenue while in the process of being in college. And if you guys have any questions, please jump. Let your questions, be flow, so I could get it and understand it for you. I mean, not understand it, so I could respond to it for you. So if I, that's what I should have done, or at least get my first home. I didn't start thinking about that till after college. Now, got into my career, and the expectation of a college student is, when you're done with schooling, you about to have this great job, make all this money, and do all these things, and nobody told you about, well, when you first coming out, the job market is not really gonna pay you what you're worth, or based on book knowledge. They're gonna pay you what you're worth based on actual knowledge. And I totally missed that part. And of course, no one really explained that to me. So now I'm out of college and entered into my career. At that point, I entered into my career, of course, first starting out as an agent, as an insurance agent, and not knowing how the industry really works. So that set me back quite a bit. And with so many credit cards, I was still living a lavish lifestyle life and not realizing that's a trap. So, which is why I'm here bringing this forward. So, that should have been when I started it. But now let's go a little bit further into understanding how you could get yourself out of situations that will put some roadblocks into you getting your first. Your credit plays a major part. Your credit is king when it comes in real estate. It determines everything. With I'm not gonna say bad credit, but with a low score of a credit score, that will affect you tremendously, and that will also allow you to what kind of loan or you are qualified for, or what type of home that you'll be able to get because of the amount of financing that you'll be able to get with regards to the credit score. So that's why that plays a major part, which is your credit. Don't play with it. Take it serious. If to do anything in the financial industry, it comes with your credit score. Even looking at, if you think about it, even looking at car insurance plays major parts with your credit score, and also where you live. But that's not the topic today. Let me keep focused on onto real estate and life insurance. So the other part to that is, after your credit score is your deposit. If you got great credit score, then we could your deposit is not crucial. Now, once you get your deposit, then of course, most importantly, is choosing the right agent to work with in real estate. That's also key, because if you're working with the wrong agent, this could turn this to a nightmare for you. So that is super important to know the agent that you are working with, the realtor that you are working with. To be honest with you, real estate is not about companies. Some folks might say, "Oh well, this company, it's a number one company, or it's a A-rated company." Yes, that does play a part. It does play a part, but the major part in real estate is who. No problem, Jordan. That's perfectly fine. I understand. I understand you are at work, but that's no problem at all. I am here. As long as you could always go back and revisit this. That's not a problem at all. So that plays, a major part, like I was saying. So besides your credit score, it's your deposit. Besides your agent, then now it's about finding a home. And also, it is also important to work with a real estate attorney, not just a criminal attorney, or a matrimonial attorney, or divorce attorney, whatever. No, a real estate attorney. Your friend might be practicing law, corporate law, whatever the case may be. Stop that, please. Go with a real estate attorney, because they know what they're doing. They know exactly how the ins and out and the time frames that is required, because you might lose out if you play around with the wrong attorney and then paperwork is not being submitted in time. You might wind up with the end of the stick. It's not a good feeling. So apart from those things, it's about picking your home and the locations that you want to be in. So I want to jump in a little bit into life insurance a little bit. How is real estate even tied in with life insurance? What's the correlation? What's the link between those two? Okay, there's a great link between the two of them. Think about it this way. Do you drive a car without car insurance? No. not only that the law doesn't promise you, but it's a way that you could be safe and your family could be safe. It's the same thing. Do you buy a phone without a network carrier? What's the purpose of the phone then? It's no use, because you can't use it unless you're planning to use it via Wi-Fi. But why would you go spend so much money on an expensive phone and just to use it via Wi-Fi? It just wouldn't make quite sense. So life insurance and real estate kind of goes hand in hand if you think about it. You purchase a piece of property, or you purchase, your dream home, or when I say piece of property, meaning that commercial or rental property, investment properties, anything along that line. So the best thing is to protect your investment. How do you protect your investment when it comes to real estate? Yes, there's other means as far as fire protections and things like that, or insurance for the home, or lawsuit insurance for all that kind of good stuff. But what if something happens to you and now that property is in jeopardy? All because you was the main person taking care of it, and now there's still a loan on it. There's still other things that needs to be met. The property still needs to be kept up with, but however, it's you just there's no coverage. So now, and you was the one person paying for everything and handling everything and making sure everything goes and runs smoothly. So that's where it becomes important to have life insurance once you are in the arena of property investments and even your own primary home. For something like this is where I was telling folks there's many different types of life insurance. That's where term life insurance is a great tool to use. It's an awesome and great tool to use. That's where you sit down with someone and you let them know what you have, and right from there they'll know, okay, you know what, this is the right type for you to protect your asset. So that's the link between the two of them. That's also a cheap way to secure your asset. Yes, age do come to play with that, age and health. So your number one priority asset is your health and your age. Yes, age diminishes as we grow along, but your health plays a major part, which is a huge and super 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 heavy deal. Like for an example, I'm a big guy. I'm a big guy. I'm a big stocky guy. For me, life insurance is not something that I could just easily jump and say I'm gonna get, which is why to me I cherish it because of my size. Even though I'm not. Look at it this way, guys. I am 330 pounds. 330 pounds, and it's not all fat. It's not. It's not all fat. But life insurance companies don't really care about if it's fat, if it's not fat, if it's muscle, how much. They could care less about that. All they care about is the number. So for me, life insurance is it's not easily accessible for me to get. It's one asset for me to get it. It costs me a lot because of my size. Why am I so big? I know. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. I used to bodybuild. So yes, I used to bodybuild. Once you stop bodybuilding, a couple things happen. The muscle you have, some of it turn into fat, and the remaining bulk you up. Which means that if you was skinny, if you was very very skinny, a couple things will happen. You'll lose the all the muscles that you put in. You'll start to lose it again. But if you was already a stocky person, it's gonna bulk you up, but it'll bulk you up in a sense of looking like you fat, but you're not really fat. So that's the thing with that. So, but and that also plays against me because I used to bodybuild. So if they know that history of myself, what happened is they they count it as later on in the future there could be a medical complication. So all these things plays along in life insurance. Life insurance is not just something to play with. It's like I said. Thank you for coming. Whoever just came in into the live, thank you. I don't see who you are yet, but thank you. I do appreciate you. Please thumbs up the live, and you are welcome to share it if you like. And thank you. So it's not just as cut as simple like that. A lot of folks that's out there they'll just quickly say, I'm gonna just get life insurance, the cheapest kind. But you got to know what you're getting. So another way to secure your asset with life insurance, with regards to real estate, is if you heavily hands-on into your projects that you are getting into real estate, is to also get accidental and dismemberment, which is another cheap, very, very super, super cheap way of getting life insurance to cover your asset. Because think about it, if something were to happen to you in an accident, then therefore you could be protected. Um, and I don't mean death. A lot of folks don't understand accidental and dismemberment because no one actually sat down to fully read the contract with them to know exactly what they're getting. For an example, let's say you are a contractor, police officer, or firefighters, any kind of dangerous kind of occupation. That's where those comes into, and of course, landlords. If you are hands-on, or if you purchasing these properties and fixing them yourself, that comes into a major deal into protecting your asset. And you don't have to literally pass away to get benefited from that. You just have to understand how your policy actually works. If you read right through it, is if you lose either both hands, both legs, an arm and a leg, or any kind of two major body parts, that you could be benefited from that. So they, a lot of folks don't understand. And don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not here to bash any companies because I work for probably most of them. I work for a vast majority of them. And look, companies is not there to really educate you on everything about what you're getting. They are there to facilitate and protect what you're trying to protect. But it's also up to you before signing or while you are signing to look to see what you are doing, and all this stuff to know what you are getting. Meaning that you have to do a little bit of work to read the stuff and understand what you are getting. If not, yes, they will get over, and if not, they will pretty much, yeah, they'll get over. Because why should I pay if I don't have to? Why should I pay if you don't even know what you have? I'm not saying they're good or bad. It's a business. They're running a business. So we also running a business, and that business is ourselves, which knowing that what we have. We are the biggest functioning corporation business, which is our body, to know exactly what we have, and as far as protection, which is why it's super important to know exactly what you are getting. So let's get back to real estate for another one. A lot of folks don't realize it. They look at real estate as an asset. Yes, it is an asset. It is an asset, but it's also a big liability. You know, I guess that's the part where anyone that took business courses would understand. Assets liability equals owner's equity, that's exactly tied into real estate. Real estate is a component of that, of assets liability, which equals your owner's equity, which at the end of the day, what is the value that you own, personally own, into the piece of property. So a lot of folks, they'll walk around and say, well, I have asset, I own my house. No, actually, you don't own your house, you own a liability. Until your house is fully paid for, it's not yours. Until that deed is the name of the bank is no longer on there, you still don't own your house. Yes, you are a partial owner. So in other words, it's kind of like a corporation. You're partial owning it, but you got to remember, assets liability equals owner's equity. You own a part of that piece of you own a part of that property, which is the owner's equity portion of it. So it's super important to understand that, to understand your role and how you play and how the value of your property, plays a part into how you owned it. So if you guys have, like I said, have any questions, please connect with one another on here while you're on here. If you guys have any questions or anything that you would like to say, or anything that you would like for me to understand, I mean not understand, you would like for me to share with you, you would like for me to participate and answer any questions, please let me know, because that's what I'm here for. This is what this is about. This is what it's for. Is to help you guys and try to help you navigate through what is happening. So, like I said, if there is any questions at all, let me know, because I am here for you, and I am here to help you understand and gain knowledge on how these things actually works. So I know I tied in life insurance into this, so I feel like it's necessary for me to help you guys understand a little bit about life insurance. So life insurance is another piece. Is a great other piece of a way that to accumulate wealth. It's also an asset. It's also an asset. It's also partly liability. And let me explain that to you again. Listen, in business, always think of it this way. In business, no matter whatever that you are doing, if it's life insurance, if it's real estate, there's always going to be asset liability to equals your owner's equity, which is your right, your portion, your outright benefit from that property or whatever that it is. So let me explain to you guys a little bit, how is it that life insurance wind up being assets, liability, and owner's equity. So when you get a life insurance policy, you have premiums that needs to be met. There's a contract. It's a contract you enter to, and to you saying that, okay, I'm going to pay on this policy, I'm going to pay for this life insurance till X Y and Z years. And the company also agrees that as long as you maintain and keep up your payment, they're going to hold up to the end of their bargain, into honoring it if something was to ever happen or play a role into, something gone wrong. Hello, hello, here's Imperial Savage. How are you? Hello, my new friend. How's everything? It's great to see you on here. Thank you, thank you. Please thumbs up the live. You are welcome to connect with folks that's on here. Some folks, if you see you connect with them and they haven't connect back, just leave a message for them under their video or something, and they will reconnect and respond back to you most likely. I would hope that they do. Oh, I no problem, Savage. Or which one you like better, Savage or Danny? You let me know. My man, thank you. Or my lady, I'm not sure. No, Danny. I think Danny. I think you're a gentleman. Thank you. So this life, it's I'm speaking about real estate and life insurance. So I'm getting into talking a little bit about how life insurance could be used as an asset. All right, Denny. Yes, definitely. All right, Denny, it is. So, life insurance, the way that it could be used as an asset is, a lot of folks don't realize it. There's many ways you could use life insurance for. You could use life insurance to send your kids to college, to finish paying off your mortgage, to invest in other properties. There's many ways and many different avenues that you could go into using life insurance. You could use it as part of your retirement. There's so many different ways. And yes, there you could also use it as part of death, final expense. That is the main use. A lot of folks know about life insurance. It's not that they're wrong. It's just that, there's a lot of folks that's out there that's dealing with life insurance that doesn't take the time to explain this to folks. Or the other thing could be they just don't deal with that type of life insurance. There's a lot of agents out there, and they are, I'm sorry to say, they are just agents like myself. They are just life insurance agents. There's nothing wrong with that, but where things could go kind of south a bit is delivering the finished product, of letting your client know exactly what they have and how it works and how it functions. how I deal with, I sit down with. Yes, that is true. The cricket way. That is true. Yes. I've been on both sides of the practice. I've been doing this for quite some time, quite a while. I have a lot of experience in it, and I've been on both sides of the practice to where prior I was just an agent. I was a salesman, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you're making a living, make your living honestly. I was a salesman, and my job was really, it wasn't to educate folks; it was really to sell. And that was kind of wrong. So I felt like, what, that's not what I want to do. I want to help folks. So by doing that, by being a salesman, you helping folks, but you mainly hurting folks, because a lot of times folks don't know what they have. This is where you're hurting them. They don't really know what they have, so they're quick to cancel it when something goes wrong or when the going get tough. And if you didn't take the proper time and to explain to them what they have and the value behind it, so now they selling themselves short because they don't understand it. Look, put it this way: you give a caveman a diamond, what is he gonna? He won't see, or he or she won't see the value of that diamond. But now you take a city folks, you give them a diamond, they're gonna cherish it. They're gonna be like, oh my God, I could turn this into X, Y, and Z. I could make. Yes, that is true. That is true, Denny. That is true. So because of that, because of not worrying about upselling in my pocket, so it did hurt me. To be honest with you, it did help. It did hurt me a lot, because when you worry about folks, then your sell is gonna drop some because you're not out there selling. You more focused on trying to help folks. So yes, it did hurt me a lot. So, you give a city person a diamond, they're gonna cherish it and they're gonna try to turn it into some sort of investment by selling it and doing something different because they know the value of it. And same thing, if you give a cave person, a banana or a fruit or a vegetable, they'll take that over the diamond because to them that's what they need. They're gonna need that to fuel themselves. So same thing, how I my approach to folks is, a lot of times folks will say, well, I need life insurance. I'm like, okay, why do you need life insurance? Then they go on and telling me the story. Then I say, okay, life insurance is not your concern. This is your concern. But in the process of that, we could use this kind of life insurance to take that worry away from you. And a lot of times they'll tell me, well, I need to do this. I need to save for my retirement. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to send my kids to college. Then at that point, I need to reevaluate and say, okay, which company I have that's going to do the best job for this client, that's going to give them the best bang for their buck. So, that's where it comes to, evaluating. So I shy away from saying I'm an advisor. I say I'm a life advisor because when I'm sitting down with someone, I don't just advise them on life insurance. I advise them on everything and every knowledge that I have and take them to a journey of letting them make a decision. Same thing. Now let's get to the portion of, I'm getting a little bit of the topic of that one. Let's get to a part of how is it that life insurance is an asset. So yes, you pay your premium, the company honors it. So now you have cash building into this life insurance. This cash that's building in is super important. It is super, 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 super important. And thank you so much. And thank you so much, the Cracker Way, and thank you so much for telling the folks to thumbs up the live and sharing it. Thank you. So that cash that's building up into the policy is super, super, super important, and it's crucial which company that you go with to bring you that cash value. For an example, if I know I'm trying to send my kids to college, then in that case, it's in my best interest to go with a mutual company. I'm not saying that those other companies is bad, because the cash value that I'm getting back from that is they're gonna give me the best return for it. Meaning that there's two types of companies out there. You either a stock company or you're a private company. So a stock company is, they have shareholders. shareholders lives off dividends. So that's that's a public company. A public company is worrying about its shareholders, which is super important, downright super important. So now, a private company is worrying about the people that it's rolling in into its company. So pretty much you become the shareholder, you become the investor of that company once you've decided to take that route, which is why it's super important of knowing which company that you are with, which company that your life insurance is placed into. So now, if you're telling me, well, okay, all I need is life insurance just for in case something happens to me. At this point, I'm not worried about which company that it is, because no matter which way we go, you're still gonna get some cash value built into the policy. But your main focus and worry now is price. Because when I say price, I mean the premium that you're gonna pay for the policy. And if you're worrying about a death benefit, it makes no sense to get a policy that you're putting so much money into it, because at the end of the day, we're worrying about a death benefit. The other thing is that's super important when it comes to life insurance. I see people out there paying life insurance for 100 years or till they reach the age 100. That is ridiculous. I'm sorry, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. You don't pay for your house for 100 years, so why would you pay for your life insurance till the end of time? That don't make any kind of sense. At least to me, it don't make sense. Yes, the premium is lower, but a bill is a bill if you think about it at the end of the day. Whether you're spending $2 or you're spending $100, it's still a bill that you got to pay out. So therefore, if revenue's not coming in, you might be in jeopardy. I feel like life insurance is something that, okay, are you going to pay for 10 years, 20, 30 years, or till retirement? Which one that we're going to go with? Now, if somebody's already in their 60s or, 70s and 80s, yes, it makes sense, for us to push till they reach age 100, and God bless them to reaching that age 100. But other than that, say you meet a young family or a young kid or a college kid or whatever the situation is, or a baby, their policy should be done within 10 to 20 years of paying for, because it's an asset. You don't pay for your car note, till the end of time. So, when you're sitting down with a life insurance agent, you need to ask them these questions like, hey, listen, how long is this thing going to be to last for? How long am I going to pay, and what is the difference? How can this benefits me? Where is how much is the cash value that's building into this? How can my family benefit from it? Can I use it to send my kids to college? What is the benefit for my family? What is the living benefit, rather than the death benefit? you know, I'm not bashing any agents out there, and you guys know I love you guys. I know how hard it is out there as agents to make it work, to build your practice, to make your practice work, to build a successful practice. But I'm also on the side of, the clients that we are working with in the industry and protecting them. Because don't forget, when we was taking our license, one of the questions was to protect and be faithful to our clients, to serve them and protect them in every way that it's possible. It's not about us or our pockets. It's about, our clients. So I know, when we was coming into the industry, the promising was we was gonna make a lot of money, but money should not be the motivating factor into helping your client out. It should not be. This is, which is why this kind of industry is so tough, because you need to do it with your heart, with your soul. Because there's gonna be days you're gonna have this one client that, you really, that drives you up the wall, but at the same time you need to be on their best interest. Hello, Junior. Yes, yes. How are you, Junior? Thank you for coming to the live. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming into the live. So, um, yes, thank you so much for coming into the live, and please thumbs up the live and share it with and please connect with some folks. There's some great folks on here. There's the Crockett Way, which I respect a lot. I go a lot on her lives, which is a great. I'm learning from you guys and to see how to treat folks and how to deal with this, bringing information forward. And thank you so much, the Crockett Way, for giving me this free knowledge, that really I should be paying for, because it's just awesome. It's just superly awesome. So I appreciate everything. I appreciate everything that I've learned from watching you, from hearing how you go about everything. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. So yes, it's a tough industry. It's a very, very tough industry, and it does require a lot. But yes, but at the same time, the focus is our clients that we are working with. To build a successful practice into both real estate and the financial and insurance industry, it requires two things: to be honest and be patient. If most agents could do so, they'll do great. They'll, at first they'll cry, but because I know it was tough for me, I cried. And but at the end of the day, you'll be happy, and then you'll be happy serving folks and to bringing joy into their life and not tears, because there's nothing worse than you help somebody to get a policy, and at the end of the day, for them to if something ever to go wrong, and you come to find out, you as their agent they trusted give them the wrong thing, and now the families is in worse shape than they were from before. So like I said, that is super important. So listen, I can't stress it enough. The company that you are dealing with, that's servicing your policies, is superly important. The agents that you are working with, the advisors you're working with, is very important. And knowing what you have is important. And come with a lot of questions. Don't just let somebody sell you something. No, which is why they say people hate to be sold. I don't like to be sold. I like for you to explain to me and let me make a decision. And if you're sitting down with someone and they want you to rush and make a decision and sign before you even have 2 seconds to look, to glimpse, to ask questions, no, honestly, walk away from them. Because look, life insurance is not to be taken lightly. It's not to be taken as a joke. It is superly important. So tying the two together is a well-built combination. It really is. It's a superly well-built combination. You have your investments, you have your investment properties, or you have your primary home as your investments, and then you tie it up with life insurance. And there's one other thing I did not put on here, on the title, but I'm still gonna touch base on it. Is everybody always talk about life insurance? Yes, which is great, or assets. The one asset that you should never forget about is yourself. Always ask about income protection. Income protection or disability policy, it's one of the same thing. They both mean the same thing. So always ask, how do I protect myself? How do I protect myself from losing the ability to produce an income? Your ability to produce an income is crucial, because if you oh, give me 1 second, guys. Because if you lost your ability to produce an income, you will be in you'll be in shambles. Imagine this: that you had a six-figure income coming in, and then it's winter time. You slipped and fall, and now your ability to produce that income goes down to zero after 6 months. Yeah, that's taken account with our workers' compensations and employee benefit, disability, short term and long term. That's if someone's participating in that. That's crucial because from making income to zero is really, I don't know how I'd be able to deal with that. I was working with someone and they thought they had coverage to their employer, and the employer changed the benefit company, and it so happened their coverage was dropped all because of one signature, and they failed to alarm that person that their coverage was dropped. So now, push come to shove, this person was out due to surgery, and they were unable to get compensated, and they needed to be out for about 8 months. And it was just a real bad situation. And at that time, there isn't much I was able to do. Actually, I couldn't do anything on that aspect at all because they were deemed to be disabled, and no company will cover. It's like saying, I'm gonna wreck my car and then I'm gonna go get insurance. The insurance company is gonna be like, no, which is why they ask you, have your car been destroyed while you're getting car insurance? But guys, the one focus is to know how to get your asset, how to get into real estate, how to get your life insurance started, and what does it take, and what are the components. And don't forget, for real estate, your credit score plays a major part. Don't play around with your credit score, because anything you're gonna do in the insurance and financial world, real estate world, investing world, even your car insurance, your credit score plays a major part. So don't play around with it. Oh, excuse me. Your credit cards plays a major part with that. And if you're thinking about real estate before you actually move forward, think about, do I want complete liability, meaning that do I want a primary home and solely just that, or am I looking into getting liability with some assets, meaning that you looking into investment properties, possibly different units, or are you just looking at as the taking the line as an investor? As for going in as an investor and saying, you know what, I just want to purchase this property and solely leave it as a investment property to generate some income for me, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. And on the life insurance side, don't forget, your health is your biggest asset. Your health is your biggest asset on both sides. Um, Hello, guys. Joanne, visit. They'll get back to you. Yes, on the life insurance side, your health is key. Your health is hands down key. You know, if your health is not in top notch, you're looking at, and that's if you even qualified, because your health is what's gonna qualify you. Sometimes, let me tell you, I've met with folks that have the income, that has the mean, but you know what? They cannot get it, and all because of health complications. Your health is key. Your health is the king, and it's key when it comes to life insurance. So take care of your health. Eat right. Do the right thing. Don't do anything that's gonna be harmful to your body. Don't do anything that's gonna put you in jeopardy into getting your assets. You know, that's the one part, and then the other part is the premium. If you take nothing else with regards to life insurance, take this. What is the company I am about to do business with? That determines the kind of policy you holding, and what's the returns gonna be, and the purpose of how you're gonna be able to use your asset, and what you are capable of doing with that asset. The company that you, and I'm not bashing any companies out there, which is why I'm not mentioning no company's name. I'm this is not, and like I said, I probably represent probably most of them. Let me see. I work with probably over 50 some odd different companies on that side. So it is crucial to know, okay, what am I working with? What am I dealing with here? What is this company offering me? Don't forget, you are paying for this. You are paying for this. You are paying for this policy. Spend your money wisely and to say, okay, what am I paying my money for? Why? What am I getting back for my dollars? It's crucial. Look at it this way: when you're going out there to buy a car, right? Automatically you're like, okay, well, I'm paying for this car, and I want to make sure I enjoy it. I want to make sure I love the car. I want this. I want that. Think the same way with for your life insurance. You know, you are paying for it. Why shouldn't you be able to enjoy the living benefit from your life insurance? You are paying for it. So take it serious. And also ask your agent, ask them. I say, hey, listen, are you just able, are you just with this one company, or can you deviate from that? If this is not a right fit for me, can you get me this from this other company? If the answer is no, then guess what? I'm not saying those are salespeople, but they are presenting you only one sided of the coin. Sit down with someone that is able to show you both sides of the coin. Don't settle for, well, this is the best. Why is it the best? Well, it's the best because of my company been around for X, Y, and Z years, and we have. Why is it the best? Why is it the best for me? These are questions that I would ask. I'm happy that your company could provide X, Y, and Z, but why is this the best for me and my family? Because don't forget, at the end of the day, you are paying for this thing. If you are paying for it, you need, and I mean that, you need to make sure you understand exactly what you are getting. Same thing when it comes to real estate. You about to live in this house. You're going to take this commitment for 30 years or 20 years. You need to make sure you love this house. Not because your agent say it's a great house, not because your agent loves the area and the neighborhood, not because your agent feels like it has a great yard, or it has great rooms. Why are you buying this house? What makes this house great for you? These are things that you need to make sure that those questions are answered. Because don't get me wrong. There's real estate agents out there. There's realtors that will show you properties that they want to get sold. So now you need to make sure, why are you showing me this property? What makes it so great? Why is it so perfect over all the other ones that I've saw? You need to ask those questions because you're going to live in it. This is your asset. You about to put you and your family in it. Listen, if you purchased a home and it's not the right home for you, you will hate it. And you're going to pay for something that you hate. And you got to live in it, sleep in it. And for 30 years, unless you're going to sell it, in which at this point, we don't know what could happen. A lot could happen. And remember, I said your credit score plays a major part. So don't play around with that. So in 1 year, your credit could have been, 750, 800. Great, you at the top. Then next year, you take a huge plunge. Life's happen. Listen, guys, life happens. So take these things seriously. Don't jump in quick and make a decision. Don't buy out of emotion. If you're buying something, think about it, rationalize it, and then come back and say, you know what? Okay, I could see why I want to buy this, and I could see why this house would be a great house for me. And you know what? Okay, that's what I want to do. Ralph G, ça qu'a fait blood qui jonye. Yes, qui jonye. Merci pour live là. Pas oublier pour bon thumbs up là, bon pouce là, et puis tout partager live là, moi, ok? Yes, thank you. Yes, oh yes, guys. I'm also trilingual. I could speak English, French, and Creole. However, my writing is a little off track. Yes, it's a little off track. My writing is not the best, only because I've been in the U.S. since I was a kid. I try to not lose my accent. I try my best. I fight hard to keep my accent. I don't want to lose that. I would hate to lose my accent. and I feel like, oh, excuse me, my accent define me, so I really fight hard to keep it. And apart from that, but I do feel more Americanized because I everything I do, my thought process is in English, but I do speak Creole and I do speak French. I have slight difficulty writing them, but I could read them perfectly. Yes, I could read them perfectly, but I cannot write them perfectly, which is weird. Um, yes, yes, it is nice to see you. It is nice to see you. Yes, definitely. When you're ready for the next home purchase, definitely give me a call. Give me a call. Yes, give me a call. Send me an email or anything. I'll definitely get it. I'm a big tech guy. So, these are questions, guys, that really should be asked, and don't miss on the opportunity to ask the questions before you sign, because if you sign and prior to asking those questions, you're gonna lose out. You're gonna lose out because take let's take real estate for an example. If you already enter the contract and you close on the house, listen, you can't back out of it. You in a contract, you can't. And at that point, your credit score already done ran and everything. So now, it's a big purchase, just like a car. They shop for your credit score. So now that takes a hit. So now you can't go back and say, I want to sell this home, and you got to take it into account as well. You just got a loan. You just got a mortgage. What bank is about to give you another one within a month or two? So you're pretty much stuck. Same thing with life insurance. Within the first 2 years of any policy, there's barely any growth, if any. Usually there's zero growth. So if you cancel your policy before time, you're gonna lose out. You're gonna lose out. You're gonna lose out big time because you spent money on this asset, and now before the time of maturity, you backed out, so you're gonna lose out. Um, Everything that I'm gonna talk about or bring, it's always gonna be informational. It's not. I would love if you guys try to work with me. Of course, that's 1 to 10. There's no secret behind that. I would love that if you guys try to work with me, but there's no obligation to work with me. And always verify. Please verify. I am a human, so I can make a mistake. So always verify it. Whatever I'm saying, always verify. Whatever somebody else is saying, always verify. Don't just take somebody's word just because they have a lot of knowledge. And a lot of times with folks that has a lot of knowledge, they might make a mistake here and there because they might feel so confident that they stop researching, they stop digging and looking for answers. Which is thank God that I have not done so. I'm always eager to learn and always eager to find the information that's needed so that I could bring it to folks. You know, um, with this industries that I'm in, it's designed to help folks. It's not designed to hurt folks. So if you feel unhappy and you feel that you're not going right and something is just not right, usually something is on that case is not right. So it's good to double check and refrain from anybody telling you, well, I'm your agent, I'm your advisor. You shouldn't be speaking to other advisors. Why not? No one has the market corners, no one has all the answers to everything. So it's always good to have a second look to say, hey, you know what? Yes. And a lot of times, listen, you have more than one advisor, you have more than one agent that you're working with, except for real estate. Except for real estate. So, I'll tell you guys straight. I don't really do accident and sickness. That's not something that I really practice. So does that mean you should not go get it from another agent? And when I'm telling you it's a good thing, you need to have it, your children need to have it. So if I'm telling you that and I don't provide that service, and you should go out there and say, you know what, let me get this going, let me get this from another advisor, from another agent. So don't listen to anybody telling you, well, you should only deal with me and me alone, and no one else. It just wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be fair. No one has the markets cornered. No one has all the informations. So it's right that you speak to other folks. That's my practice. I always tell my clients, you are welcome to speak to other advisors. You are welcome to speak to other agents. And if you like what they have, I'm even happy to take a look at it and tell you if it's a good thing or if it's a bad thing, and what's the purpose of them trying to sell it to you. And I do run to that situation quite frequently. And there's times, not a lot of times, I'll tell my client, no, you know what he's saying, I should have told you that. And I'm sorry, I should have told you that. You should get that. And no, I do not provide that. It's good that you get it with that person. I do that sometimes, to help my clients, because once again, it's not about me. It's about my clients. I put them first. Any client that I've ever worked with, there's a few, of course, there's a few that's going to say, you know what, I didn't like something, but it's never something that I've done. It's just the transaction they didn't like with dealing with the company. But it's never something that I've done personally to try to harm them or hurt them. So, guys, please ask me questions. If there's any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions for you guys on the real estate side, or on the insurance and finance side, or healthcare, because I also deal with healthcare. If you have any questions about healthcare, please ask me, because so I could answer some of those questions for you. And if you have somebody that you are working with, it's good to go and ask them certain questions to get some answers, so you could know exactly what is happening and what's going on, so you could get some answers and protect your family the right way, protect your assets the right way. And don't forget, the biggest asset that you own and you have possession over is your health and your body. Put God first. Always put God first. Just so you guys know, my wife is the one that brought me towards God. I wasn't always a God-going Christian man. I bless my wife for that, and may the Lord always keep her safe. Because the Lord did a great thing of bringing my wife in my life to bring me to Him. I'm grateful for that. And no, I know and understand this is supposed to be about real estate and life insurance. Some folks probably saying that. Some folks probably saying that. But I just wanted to bring that out there because, they always say, behind every strong man, there's a stronger woman. And I do believe that. I'm not here to preach. I'm not here to preach. I won't, because you have your pastor for that. But my wife have been my biggest, strongest supporter through everything that I've ever done. And I think, I need to say that. I don't know if she'll watch this video or if she knows about it, me saying it, but, it's important for me to say that. Because without her, I'll tell you guys this, I would be lost. I would have been lost. I would have been lost from college and all the way till now. I don't know what I would have done. And even she's always bringing some new ideas to me. And my wife is not into business, which is the one thing. She's not into business. She's all about helping folks minded type of person. So, which kind of great. I'm grateful for that, because that keeps me in track into really helping folks, and rather just always looking for the next shining thing out there, and to worry about the next dollar. And thank you so much. Once again, guys, thank you for coming to the live. The Crooked Way, I cannot thank you enough. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you so, so much. You have helped me so much. You have helped me grow so much. And with your wisdom, with your information, the way that you operate, thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot thank you enough, for helping me. Thank you for being here in the live with me. I appreciate it. Great things goes to all you guys for coming here and taking the time out to watching the live and listening to what I have to say. and actually participating and hearing to what I have to say, because you could have chose not to, but you did. That shows a lot. That's a lot of credit, coming from you guys, to help me out, to come and help me out and showing me this kind of love. Thank you guys. If there isn't any questions, I'm gonna end the live because I've only planned to. Yes, yes, Ralph, I do deal with that. I do deal with that. Actually, that's in my real estate practice. That's one of the things is multifamily building, because I feel it's something that I do promote. I don't try to deter anyone, however, from getting their own private home, of course, but I deal with that. I deal with buildings as far as different units and things in that nature. Okay, great, great. Listen, I would love to work with you. If it's okay with you, I would definitely love to work with you. Or if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to give you any feedback on whatever questions that you may have as well. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, the Cricket Way. Yes, thank you, thank you. Yes, Ralph. So if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you. But I would love to work with you if there is something that you wouldn't mind me working with you on. That would be awesome. That would be great. Yes. So my information, you could comment down below, and if there's any questions or anything, oh, I no, you won't be able to comment down below. This is a live. I do apologize. But if you go into about me, you'll find everything about me there, which is my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or anything, anyway, how to contact me, my email, everything about me is in there. And if there's anything, just shoot me an email or anything like that. So I'll definitely respond. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming. I am gonna end the live because I am going back to work. I am going back to work, so I will speak to you guys soon again. And thank you for coming, and stay tuned and have a great one.